Alright, the artwork from Dylan at Deep State Mapping Project has arrived. I got them framed. Just go over these really briefly. This is the healing web map. So going down the center, you're going to have the list of the most common conditions or diseases. And then to the left is drawn there the Big Pharma answers versus holistic medicine answers. And then they're color-coded to find what the solutions are for each side of healthcare, and then you've got some additional things down here on the bottom. Again, I'm not going to go through these specifically, but this is a great summary. I mean, physical health is very big topic for sure, but this does a good job of summarizing the highlights, I guess. What was interesting over in the caution on holistic are things that I'm certainly interested in or have done. My other video I mentioned combo, that's over there. In reading the vibrational medicine book, homeopathy has become very intriguing to me, even though I haven't looked into it beyond that. And of course, high meat, if we all know what I do, and certainly meat is part of the diet. All right, the second one. This is just the COVID map. See, zoomed out, you can see that there's a lot going on. You kind of read it from top down. There is somewhat of a summary explanation there. To the left are potentially positive end results, and then on the right, much more negative. You'll start, as far as time goes, up in the 60s. This has a lot of the quote-unquote terms that people have been hearing related to COVID and the rollout, I suppose you would say, of the response, the planned stuff, right? So if you go back in time, you can start to see, which is so important in defining consciousness, pattern recognition, okay? We're seeing similar tactics, just new faces, new words. So this one's good, but COVID's like a very small piece of everything. But if you can dissect that and understand what's happening, you'll start to see the bigger picture for previous world events, aka truth. All right, Great Awakening map. This is the one I showed the first time. This is not Dylan, but I had to reframe it after the ceiling caved in. And this one is just the Q key. Again, in that other video, I suggested not to think of Q as Trump or political. Think of it as disclosure at the highest level. So this is one where color-wise, we're looking at times, eras. So we have antiquity, pre-modern, and then we come into yellow at the Trump era, but you also got ET's fascism, MK Ultra, blah, blah, blah. So you can look at that just for a second and be like, okay, so that's what the antiquity part is. Blue, that's what the pre-modern is, starting to understand more words. If you don't know any of these things, it's all going to look like jarbled conspiracy. The whole point of these maps is giving topics for research so that you can go spend your own time to understand what's been going on. And I assure you, the digger you deep, the farther down any of these rabbit holes you go, the more curious you will become in where the answers lead you, and your desire for knowing truth, which is absolutely paramount above all else, should become stronger. And hopefully they lead you to better answers. So, and the best one I'm going to have to do in another video, because I don't know where it's at, is the energy web, and that deserves its own video. Cheers.